you guys? It's Kanisha here, and I am back filming another video. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in to my channel again. If this is your first time, hello, how are you? Please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time I upload a new video. In this video, I will be discussing how to get your perfect foundation shade or how to find a foundation shade that you can work with. If you are a dark complexion like my chocolate self, it can be quite challenging sometimes to find a shade that works for you simply because a lot of brands don't make a huge shade range for us. It's just the way it is. It's always been like that. But I'm going to share with you guys tips that I use to help match my foundation to my skin. So tip number one, when matching your foundation, always swatch your neck or your chest. Never swatch your hand. Never ever swatch your hand. Usually our hand is lighter than our face, so never swatch your hand. Even swatching right here is risky because I know for me, my neck is lighter than my face. I have to swatch my neck or my chest, so always swatch your neck or your chest. Tip number two, after you have swatched either your neck or your chest, let the foundation sit for at least 2 minutes. So if you're in the store, go to another section of the store, I don't know, continue shopping. If you're at home, just let it sit, but let the foundation settle into your skin. And I say this because sometimes foundations oxidize, meaning they get darker. Usually the color that you see in the bottle will not look the same way on your skin. So it's always best to let the foundation sit for at least 10 minutes or until it has completely dried up. Tip number three, I hope I'm not talking too fast. Know your undertone. Please know your undertone. Knowing your undertone will help prevent flashback. It will help prevent you from looking gray and ashy, and it will also help you from looking orangey or red if you get like a really warm foundation. So there are 3 categories of undertones. You have warm undertones, cool undertones, and neutral undertones. If you have a warm undertone, you have green veins and your skin naturally looks glowy and radiant in colors such as red, orange, and yellow. If you have a cool undertone, you have blue veins and your skin naturally looks good in purples and limes and pastel colors. If you have a neutral undertone, your skin pretty much looks good in all those colors. Usually women of darker complexions have warm undertones, but it is possible for us to have neutral too, just because we have so much tone difference in our skin. We're lighter in places, we're darker in places. It just depends, but try to focus on finding your undertone in this area of your body. Now let's just say that you are wanting to get a foundation from a specific brand, but you notice all of the darker shades have a warm undertone, but you have a cool undertone. You can still make that foundation work by using a cooler concealer. So these are 2 concealers by LA Girl Pro. As you can see, the one at the top is Fun. That is a warmer concealer, and the one at the bottom is Toffee, and that is a cool concealer. So if you have a warm foundation, use a cool concealer like Toffee at the bottom to help neutralize and brighten the foundation, and vice versa. If you have a cooler foundation, use a warm concealer like Fun to help bring warmth to your face, and also use a pretty warm bronzer to also help bring warmth to your face. That was, tip number 3. So tip number 4, mix your foundations. I never ever just use one foundation color. I always have to mix my foundations. Sometimes I can get away with one color, but usually my skin looks the best and I'm able to find my perfect shade when I mix foundations. So if the foundation is inexpensive, I will go ahead and mix the foundations. Get the lighter one and the darker one, mix them together, and you got your shade. So tip number 5, yes, I think. If you don't want to get two foundations, you don't want to mix your foundations, go ahead and get the darker foundation. Please get the darker foundation. It is okay to have a foundation slightly darker because usually putting on concealer and setting powder is going to naturally neutralize and brighten the foundation up itself. And also getting the darker foundation will help prevent flashback. You don't want to get the lighter one and then you out here looking casket ready. You don't want that. So go ahead and get the darker one. You can also put moisturizer in the darker foundation. That'll brighten it up a little bit. And if you have a face powder that is your skin tone, or maybe a little lighter, even your setting powder, you can kind of set your whole face with that, and that will automatically brighten up the darker foundation as well. Also, I just wanted to mention that, YouTube the foundation and find somebody who has like a similar skin tone as you and see what shade they use. That may help as well. So that is it, you guys. That's pretty much everything that I do to find my correct foundation shade. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, be blessed.